Manchester United are one of the most successful teams in football history, and as a result, they have a huge brand. The club claims a global community of 1.1 billion fans, and they are the most supported team in 50 countries around the world. Their likely equivalent in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys, are considerably smaller in terms of fan base. Their fans number in the tens of millions, and they are the most supported team in just one country, the USA. And yet, according to Forbes, the Cowboys are valued at almost double what Manchester United are. Which begs the question, why are these football teams more valuable than these football teams? Okay, to avoid that kind of confusion, from now on we'll be referring to the kind of football that Manchester United play as soccer, and the kind of football that the Cowboys play as football. We know that's going to probably annoy some of you, but it's just a bit more convenient. And when we're talking about football teams, we'll be focusing specifically on the NFL. Incidentally, the league itself is probably one of the biggest reasons why the teams are so valuable. You see, it's hard to understand exactly how much of a difference being in the NFL makes, because most teams keep their finances private. But the Green Bay Packers, the league's one publicly owned franchise, helps show how much of a financial boost being in the NFL can provide. In the year to March 31st, 2025, covering the 2024 season, the Packers received $432.6 million in national revenues. That's the same as the Cowboys, or any other team in the NFL for that matter, because all 32 teams in the league split this money equally. They do the same with part of the ticketing revenue, while merchandise and licensing deals are also organised centrally. The NFL's broadcast deals are also negotiated by the league with broadcasters and then split out evenly among the franchises. The current broadcast deal is reportedly worth $110 billion and will last 11 years from 2022 to 2033. And the key here is that all NFL teams are guaranteed to receive this money throughout the duration of the deal. And that is because, unlike in soccer, there is no relegation from the NFL. All of which obviously adds up to one thing that investors love: stability. Whereas in soccer, things are a little bit different. Even in a relatively egalitarian league like the Premier League, for example, where there are some equal share payments given out, prize money is dependent on league position and the amount of times a team's games are on TV. And while the difference between first and last isn't huge in this regard, it does get more complicated. You see, the three lowest placed teams at the end of the season are relegated into the league below, the Championship, where there is far less money to be made. Now back to football and its stability. As well as a certain cost floor, there is also a certain cost ceiling. The NFL has a hard salary cap that's rising steadily but is pegged to the league's revenue growth. In the 2024 season, the salary cap was $255.4 million, or just 59% of each team's share of national revenues. There are many other costs besides player salaries, but the league's financial model is clearly pointed towards limiting expenditure and making teams profitable. In the Premier League, there are fewer cost controls limiting a team's spend. The teams who pay the biggest wages tend to get the biggest players. And of course, scarcity value plays its part too. The NFL only has 32 teams, while there are 88 between the top 5 European soccer leagues. And the NFL only plays from September to February. If your team's not one of the 14 to make it to the playoffs, they will only play 17 regular season games per season within that time frame. Whereas soccer is becoming vastly different. Some players have played over 70 matches across several competitions for their team in the space of less than a year. It could be argued that this is diminishing the sport's worth by almost never taking a break and playing virtually year-round. The value of having such a small number of teams is also amplified by the fact that some of the NFL's most important rules are specifically set up to stop one team from dominating the league for years on end. Think about how its annual college draft gives the previous season's worst performing team the chance to pick the best player among that year's intake from the university level. In the past 8 years, 5 teams have won the Super Bowl, and in that same period, only 2 have been Premier League champions. Then there's where the NFL is based. The United States has one of the highest per capita incomes in the world, and most of the NFL's fans are concentrated there. That gives plenty of scope to charge top dollar for tickets, merchandise, etc. Soccer, and the Premier League in particular, is watched by more people globally, but on average, those fans will have less money in their pockets than their NFL peers. So while it might seem confusing based on the size of the markets in which they're operating, the location, in some ways the more equal approach, and definitely the lack of relegation, allows NFL teams to become more valuable commercial entities.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic is home to the best team of sports writers, reporters, and analysts in the world, offering exclusive stories and unrivaled insight.